What's up, y'all? This is Osirez, and I'm going to give you my initial impressions of Battlefield 1. The open beta is now open right now if you want to go check it out. It's on Origin from EA, of course. And after the pretty crappy release of Hardline and the controversial Battlefront, I think Battlefield 1 is much needed. And let's check out what this game's about. So let's just take a look at these settings first. You know what I'm saying? The game runs pretty good. Definitely on my. I ran the stock 780 with no overclocks, and I was getting consistent 60 frames per second. No issues there. And there's nothing to complain about on the performance for a beta. It's running excellent. And I did have the game ready drivers from NVIDIA, but for a beta it's running really good, and I expect it to just get better over time, similar to how Battlefield 4 did. And as you know, people upgrade their video cards also. But back to these options. Let's check these options out. What's this all about? So you got your standard options. You can actually change which screen is the game's on. I have 3 screens, and you got your standard settings like brightness and vertical sync, which I don't use. I turn my field of view up to 90, and that's the second field of view is for your vehicle field of view. Aiming down sights field of view also, which I turned on. And then you got your motion blur. Some people hate it, some people like it. I really don't care, whatever. The depth of field is when the outside of the screen start to get blurry as you aim down sights. And I'm not sure why you can't change the squad colors and stuff, but it shows it to you. Maybe they'll update in the future. As you can see, there is DirectX 12. I did not test DirectX 12, just not that interested really, because the game runs fine. And I have more than enough hardware, but whatever. So the resolution scale, 100% is actually 50%. So if you want it to be 1920 by 1080, put it to 50%. If you increase it, that will increase the resolution. I'm not sure why it's 50%, but that's odd. So I'm going through here, and this has less settings than Battlefield 4, it seems. I don't know if they're going to update that in the future or if this is what it's going to be, but whatever. Turn down anti-aliasing because TSA will kill your computer. Well, mine at least. Alright, and you got your controls. You got your standard controls for your Xbox controller and whatnot. I use keyboard and mouse. I don't know who would be using an Xbox controller on a PC, but there are people out there like that. As you can see, there's not really too many maps to be had in the open beta. There's a couple. I think there's like 2 or 3. I'm not really sure. Well, it seems like it's the same map, but different orientations, if that makes sense, depending on if you're playing Rush or Conquest, just like in Battlefield 4. Now, as you can see, the interface for the UI, the user interface for the game is much improved. First of all, you don't have to log into the stupid browser. I don't even know why that's a thing for Battlefield 4. I still can't understand that. But logging into using your browser to log into the game is really stupid. I like that they have your friends list over here to the right from, and keeping in mind this is your Origins friends list, I'm pretty sure. Or it could be your Battlefield friends list, I don't know. Either way, your friends list is right there, and down on the bottom right hand corner is where you can add your friends. You can have a squad of look, it appears to be 4 currently. So that's what's up with that. I will really welcome the changes that has come to the UI as compared to Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 felt really clunky to me, especially when you got to use the browser to actually launch the game. This has to be the only game in the history of all games that did that. Battlefield 4, that is. So I'm glad they changed that. As far as the gameplay goes, I'm gonna say that I also think this is much better than the previous game. The game plays really smooth. Remember, I have a 780, so that's 2 generations old now. runs perfectly fine. If you're looking at the top right hand corner where the frame counter is, it does dip below 60 at the settings that you saw me previously put in, which is pretty much high to ultra. But I'm also recording, but I am using the NV, so you're probably getting about 2 to 3% frame rate loss just because of that, which is okay. The graphics look a lot smoother. If I had to describe Battlefield 4, I would say that it's got a really hard edge appearance to it. Really defined lines, really crisp graphics, and yeah, I mean, it looks good. Definitely looked excellent for when it came out. But this game has more of a softer image to it, and I'm sure they tweaked the engine a bit. I believe this is the exact same engine from Battlefield 4. It's definitely reflective of Battlefront, the Star Wars EA game that came out. The lighting is pretty, I guess, similar, but since there's not any maps besides these desert maps, everything is kind of coated in brown.
The enemy has defused objective apples.
And there's not really a lot of dynamic colors as far as that's concerned. But whatever, it is what it is. The graphics I'm impressed with.
We have armed objective butter.
For me, a game is great when I don't have to think about the game. I'm just playing and enjoy the experience. There's, and with the graphics running smoothly without me having to worry about if it's hiccuping and I have to go back and tweak it and all that kind of stuff. That's excellent. I don't want to worry about those things. I want to set it and forget it. And I have an i7 5820K, so that's 6 cores, 12 threads, and a GTX 780, as I mentioned before. And there's just absolutely no reason why I can't play a game at high, and a lot of the times ultra, without worrying about it. Stuttering, frame latency problems, micro stutters, none of that crap. I give the performance it's damn near on point, especially considering it's an open beta. I don't know about for the AMD guys, but as I mentioned, the NVIDIA drivers, the game ready drivers, the drivers that are tweaked for this game are already out. So if you're gonna go play that, make sure you update your drivers. I don't know how it played with the previous driver, but I'm sure that whatever they did probably makes your experience a little bit better. So as far as gameplay goes, I'm gonna say it's a Battlefield game. Got your wide sprawling maps. Up to 64 players still and all that good nonsense. But the game just feels a lot smoother. I just felt like the game's more fun. It's smoother. I don't feel like it's a running, like Battlefield 4 to me was a running simulator. Even with these large sprawling maps in Battlefield 1. Speaking of that, why is it called Battlefield 1? Are they doing the Xbox thing? How do you go from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4 to Battlefield 1? But anyways, the game's fun. Game's super fun. I thought that World War I scenario would be stupid and boring. You have the vehicles are still fun. The airplanes are, I'm undecided on that. I don't have enough time with that yet. But the riding the horses thing's pretty cool. You can actually shoot from horseback. The game's on point. I highly recommend, if the beta's still open, that you go check it out. If not, maybe pick it up. I don't know. I think for me, eventually, this is gonna be a buy. So, but anyways, this is my quick first initial impressions of the game. And check out if you check that like button down at the bottom somewhere. Hit the subscribe button. And this is Osirez, and I'm out.